Hey, this is Jody Roundhouse, the Roundhouse Report, doing a very quick video on request from from Germanicus, the Jewish philanthropist in Germany who is an entrepreneur, and he uses his ideas to come up with ways to raise money for Jewish lobbyists internationally. Anyway, so this is for him. This is for Germanicus. Apparently, there's something called everyday carry packs or something, ECPs, everyday carry packs. I don't know. Apparently, I posted some pictures and he saw my gear set up, and Germanicus, I'm just gonna talk to you instead of he saw. I'm gonna be like, yo, you saw my stuff and you were like, hey, that's an whatever, an EAP, and I'm like, what's that? And he's like, a ready to carry package or whatever. And I'm like, I just do this naturally because it's just how it needs to be. It's just a weird divide between men and women. Women are allowed to carry a freaking bag, and men aren't allowed to. If their wallet's too big, people make fun of them. It's ridiculous. I don't care. Look at that bag. That's what I wear when I leave the house, because I don't want my pants to be sagging. I carry a lot of crap in my pockets. I love cargo pants. Dickies cargos all the way. In fact, Dickies all the way in general. See that? And I'm also lifting some heavy weight. You see that? And I'm also doing a lot of protein and a lot of cigarettes. That's 1 gallon. Got another one working on. And I got that gallon there. And of course that. So all these things are very important to consider. I carry a lot of stuff. I have tactical suspenders that I've had to buy. Not really for fashion, but just to hold my freaking pants up because I got sick and I have a chronic illness. I lost a lot of weight and I'm trying to regain it, hence my huge weights. And when I do leave the house, it's typically in the middle of the night. Once or twice a month. I'll, thank God, a little bit better lately. And I'll be like, what do I need? I need cigarettes. I need my keys. My keychain is really 2 keychains combined with a carabiner hook into one. And I separate them. And one's for driving, so I don't have a big heavy keychain hanging off the ignition. And then the other's for my house keys and all that crap. In this bag, I have a cigarette, a lighter. I have another carabiner hook in here. I don't know how well you can see this. A lighter. Props. And St. Jude, patron saint of miracles and of things that seem hopeless. And you always got to represent properly. So, like on the front, now that is a sign that the 3%ers or whatever. That's not why I got this. This, to me, this represents the Trinity, the Christian God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So that's what that represents to me. Bear is my totem, and that's a soldier. And I mean, honestly, I think it's pretty obvious why that's there. I'm still waking up, so attached to the bag itself, I have other accessories such as this. Again, carabiner hooks are very important. So attached to the bag, I got this. These are just little medallions that I have that I like to carry. I have an empty carabiner on this side, given the circumstances. You had mentioned that people have pre-made bags that they kit out, this is my pre-made bag. This is my main pocket here. And I have a secondary pouch where I can keep a written notebook in case all the cell towers go down and I can't use my phone and I'm out and about and I need to make a list. I got that. My notebook. I got a large space here where I keep my wallet. Actually, I just got a chain wallet, so really I just keep my phone in here, and then any other like product that I need to put in there. And then you know, the straps on the vest, you know, it's all, you know, it's easily adjustable and everything. You know. So at 2 in the morning, I will throw this on and wear my pajamas. That's another thing. Like I'll go out in the middle of the night, and I'm not going to put on my freaking cargo pants. I'm going to continue to wear my pajamas. And if I bring what I need to bring, I'm not going to, they're going to fall down. I had an altercation at a gas station relatively recently where I was really dumb of me. This guy was giving me a hard time. He was hassling me because I was taking too long to ring up. Which if you watch that Walmart video, you'll understand why. And this dude was like, "Why don't you find a different gas station?" And I turned around. And I'm 6'4". I used to weigh 250 before I got sick. Now I'm at like 150. But I'm trying to, with God's help, get better with that. But turn around, and this guy's probably 250, 300. He was fat. But his build, he was big, he was wide. He had a big head, so even if I got any good hit, I probably wouldn't have been able to knock him out. And there's no way I would have been able to grapple him, especially with my injuries. So I looked around at my kit, and I said, you know what, how about you go in front? I was being kind of a dick, and I was being dumb. I kind of balled up to him, and I said, how about you go in front of me? Would that make you happy? And he's like, all right. And as he walked in front of me to pass me to get to the front, I like got up onto his flank, and I was just like standing there like this, looking at him. And I was dressed crazy, so he left me alone, but it was really dumb of me. I could have gotten knocked out, and I could have gotten really hurt. So at that point, I'm like, okay, as I was standing behind him, I was like, what do I have on me in case this dude turns on me? At that point, I realized I was acting like an idiot, like some freaking 17-year-old kid. So at that point, I'm like, okay, if he turns on me after he gets done paying, what do I have to protect myself with? Because I'm in my freaking pajamas and flip-flops. I think I had shoes on, but you get what I'm saying. I'm not prepared out here. I'm just a quick trip to get smokes. I'm not prepared for anything. So on my keychain, I have a nice knife. I'm like, I can't pull a knife on this guy. That's dumb. That's going to lead to nothing but trouble. If he pulled a knife on me, it'd be different. But I'm not. If he turns around and squares up to me, I can't pull a knife out. I can't carry brass knuckles. I don't have a concealed license. So I'm like, damn, what would I do? So I got a freaking Kubaton, but I got like a legit one. It's like heavy. It's heavy. It's stainless steel, and I hook that. So if I go out in the middle of the night and I'm wearing my pajamas, this is a perfect instance. I'll be like, okay, what do I need for this particular kit out for this trip? And I'll take one of these hooks, and I'll hook my freaking giant ass Kubaton, is like that big, and it's like it's a spear. It's a spear. You know what a Kubaton is? Kubaton, I think. But this one's like a legit one. It's heavy, stainless steel. It's a spear. And I clip it to that, and it has a nice long wrist handle. So I clip the wrist handle to the carabiner hook, and then I let that dangle down in my pocket. So that way, if I ever get into a similar situation, and there have been several, I try to learn from each one. I could just pull out that hook or that spike, which is technically a glass breaker, and I could use that to reinforce my hand if I wanted to punch, or I could just plunge it into his shoulder or into his chest. You got to be careful, obviously. Stay away from the face and the eyes unless you want to go to prison. The whole thing is, you got to be careful not to go to prison, and you got to be careful not to end up in the hospital. So I was being really stupid, but that was just one example of like how I rearranged my kit out to meet that specific need. That happened a few months ago. Ever since then, whenever I do leave the house in my pajamas, unable to wear proper stuff, unable to really, since I'm still recovering from my illness and trying to get better, I'm like weak and fragile, so my diet's not good. It's weird. I'm trying to make it better, but so I'm like, I need a way to defend myself in case I act like an idiot again. So it's 10 minutes. Tell me if this helped, Germanicus.